Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In next 2 days, we are bringing a great news for all of you. So stay tuned to this channel. What is the topic of today's video? If you are a developer, you should watch this video completely and understand the power of GenAI in boosting your productivity by 10x. So before I start this video, if you have ever these doubt in the past, first, struggle to remember the syntax while writing a code. 2. Left some exception in the code resulted in bug later on. 3. I write a better code, but writing test cases are boring. I'm with you. 4. Yep, I hate writing documentation for my code. 5th, sometimes my code is not optimized. So if you have these questions, this video is for you. Today we are going to talk about CoPilot for developers. In the next video, we will cover ChatGPT for developers as well. One caution. If you are a technical manager or an architect and wondering if CoPilot is safe, look at this video. So let's start.
So what you need to do first, CoPilot is available with VS Code, Jupyter and JetBrains, most of the important tools, ID that you use. This is how we are installing CoPilot plugin on VS Code. Just in case if you do not have the VS Code, you can download it from this website. After the GitHub is downloaded, you should be able to plug in this one. But since it requires the payment as well, right now CoPilot is available in two mode. One, the individual, and another one is business. Individual cost $10 per month, whereas business cost $19 per month. You can go for their yearly plan as well, which will give you some discounts. And I just use this for individual for testing purpose. So here, this is the form where you just provide your information. I purchased this plan and I allowed my repository to be matching. So GitHub CoPilot can allow a block matching public code. So this is something you need to allow, and there you ready. GitHub CoPilot is subscribed. This works on these many IDs. Let's start with Visual Studio Code. So right now I'm just saving all these settings, and after that let's move to our VS Code, where we will be setting up our first project and we'll show you some of the cool examples of. But before that, what is CoPilot? CoPilot is a tool or functionality available from GitHub, where it uses the power of ChatGPT, the large language model, and it provides you a runtime help, just like your mentor, your peer programmer. It helps you with the station. What it can do, we will see this in example on this video today. Let me show you some of the cool features of CoPilot. Let's say that I want to write, and if you just see that I did not do anything and it started giving me suggestions, but let's look some of the valuable suggestions. For example, if I need to look at the function is number prime, and there you go. I just need to set tab and this entire method is ready. Just the way you are giving name to your method, it can do really magic for you. Whatever the line of code I want to write, it is giving me that right away. That if I want public and a string reverse, let's say that I want a reverse string program, there you go. So it uses the best example from internet and it gives you, for example, if you want to look at the different examples of this, let's say that you want to look at some other ways of reversing the string. So you should be able to do that as well. It provides you almost 10 solutions based on the internet speed and based on the internet speed and the PC that you have. So right now it is giving 2 solutions, but it will give up to 10 solutions. Let's say that I do not like this particular example. I may want this example. I can just simply say accept solution. So that's way it it is able to generate the code much faster and much efficient, very clean, indented, and nicely written. Let me show you another example where we will be writing the test cases. So I'm on apptest.java, and since we have created a couple of methods in our main file, so let's start writing test and public. So the moment I started writing about the method, it gives me suggestion which test case is pending. Let's say tab. I want to take this entire suggestion and I want to write the test case for my another method there. So how to write this? Public void, and you will see that reverse string test case is also created. This is how effective CoPilot is in writing the test cases. Another example, let's see if this CoPilot is good enough to generate documentation that I found really boring. So let me just try to create a documentation. Okay, the moment I just input that I want to write a documentation for this method, and this gives me the reply. This method check if the number is prime or not. Let's look some of the documentation as this step. 0 and 1 are not prime numbers. Wow. Any number divisible by 2 is not prime. So if you look at it, this gives you pretty much good information about documentation that makes your method or program more readable. And please let me know if you like this functionality of CoPilot in the comment section. If I talk about the safety of CoPilot, it reads the data from public available repositories, it transmits the data to GitHub servers and then match. So it basically sends three information. It sends the prompt, it sends the data engagement, that the user engagement, and it also gives you the suggestion. So three are the data points that are used with CoPilot. When you are working on individual, it does not retain, it retains your prompt and suggestions with the to improve the quality of CoPilot. But if you go for business license, it does not retain prompt and suggestion, and it makes that as part of the data governance and safety and compliance of this tool. So that is good, but in some manner, this data is definitely stored with GitHub CoPilot super users for certain time to debug and improve on their services. Data engagement or the user engagement data points are still stored, are used for troubleshooting. Let me know in the comment section if you being a product owner or architect or a technical project manager, will you allow your organization's user to use CoPilot while the GitHub announces that they do not store the data? Now let's discuss the last topic of this video. What are the limitations? Since it is written on already available code, it can help you to write code basis on that only. But just think about if a new language is launched, CoPilot will not be that effective, that useful, and that is where it requires first developers to work. So developers, it's a good news for you. It is not going to replace you. It is going to augment with you and become more powerful in terms of productivity. From accuracy perspective, I would say the tool that I have used, I personally found that it is giving me several relevant results, but at the same time, I found ChatGPT is more useful, but it is definitely sharing your data as well to the ChatGPT. So if you are a startup company, if you do not much considered about your project code, definitely ChatGPT is a good option, for which I am going to create a video. And so you need to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and look for that video. Please let me know in the comment section if you want me to do more experiment with this CoPilot and give me the use case. Thanks for watching.